All right, so get ready, because today we're going deep, really deep, into the world of protein folding.
Oh, yeah.
And you know how AI is just
Yeah,
cracked open one of biology's biggest mysteries?
absolutely.
So think about this. Inside each of us are these tiny chains,
Right.
proteins.
Huh?
They're like microscopic origami.
I like that analogy.
But instead of paper, it's all about these folds.
Yeah.
Super intricate folds. And they dictate how life itself functions.
You got it. Every single process in your body,
Really?
from digesting your lunch
Wow.
to fighting off a cold, all relies on these tiny protein workhorses.
That's amazing.
But the real challenge for scientists has been figuring out how those chains
Yeah.
fold into specific 3D shapes.
So it's not just about looking cool under a microscope.
No, definitely not.
Right.
The shape of a protein is like the key to its function.
Okay.
Each twist and turn determines exactly what job it can do.
I see.
Let's take hemoglobin, for example.
Okay.
Its shape is perfectly crafted
Oh.
to grab oxygen molecules in your lungs
Oh, wow.
and then deliver them throughout your body.
So if it wasn't for that precise shape, we wouldn't be having this
It
conversation.
would not be.
That's wild. It's like each protein is a tiny,
Yeah.
like a specialized machine
It is a tiny machine.
designed for a specific task.
Exactly.
So how did scientists even begin to tackle this? I mean, it's so complex.
Well, early protein research was
Yeah.
like trying to solve a giant 3D jigsaw puzzle in the dark.
Oh, man.
Scientists relied on a technique
Okay.
called X-ray crystallography,
Okay.
and that involved shooting X-rays
Wow.
at crystallized proteins
Mm.
and then trying to deduce their structure
Oh, geez.
based on the diffraction patterns.
That sounds really tedious.
Oh, it was
Right.
John Kendrew,
Oh,
who was a pioneer in the field,
Uh-huh.
spent over 12 years
No.
mapping the structure of myoglobin.
12 years.
12 years.
Wow.
Another oxygen-binding protein.
Okay.
He even resorted to using whale meat
Whale meat.
to get better crystals
Oh, wow.
for his research.
That's a dedication.
Yeah,
But with millions of proteins out there,
I know.
each with its own unique structure,
Right.
it's clear this method just wasn't going to cut it for modern research.
It wouldn't.
Right.
It would not.
So that's where AI comes in.
Exactly.
Okay, so this is where I think things get really interesting.
It does.
How did AI step up to this challenge?
So in 1994,
Okay.
the Critical Assessment of Structure Prediction, or CASP, was established.
TSP.
Yeah, think of it as the Olympics of protein folding. Teams from around the world
Okay.
used computer algorithms to try and predict protein structure.
Oh, wow. So it was like a global showdown
It was a global
for
showdown.
protein folding.
Exactly.
What were those early AI attempts like?
Well, the early attempts were promising,
Okay.
but a bit rough around the edges.
Right.
One prominent player was David Baker
David Baker.
and his Rosetta algorithm.
Rosetta.
Like
Wow.
the Rosetta Stone. Yeah, that's a great analogy.
Oh, cool.
Just as the Rosetta Stone helped us understand ancient languages,
I see.
Rosetta aimed to decode the language of protein folding.
So they were really trying to
They were.
decipher a language.
Yeah.
A hidden language.
Absolutely.
That's fascinating.
To boost their computing power,
Yeah.
they launched Rosetta at Home,
Rosetta at home.
where anyone could donate their computer's spare processing power
Oh, wow.
to run simulations.
That's awesome.
And they even turned it into a video game called Fold It.
Wait, a video game?
A video game.
So gamers were solving scientific puzzles.
They were.
That's amazing.
And gamers actually made significant contributions,
Wow.
even solving the structure of a key enzyme in HIV.
No way.
This proved that AI combined with human ingenuity
Yeah.
could be a powerful force in protein research.
It's amazing how sometimes the solutions come from the most unexpected places.
It is.
But I understand that these early successes were just the tip of the iceberg.
They were.
What happened next?
Well, enter DeepMind, the
DeepMind.
company that created AlphaGo.
Right, the one that beat the Go champion.
That's the one.
Okay.
They decided to tackle protein folding with their own AI system called AlphaFold.
AlphaFold.
AlphaFold?
Okay, things are about to get really interesting.
Yeah.
What was different about DeepMind's approach?
So the first version, AlphaFold 1,
AlphaFold 1.
utilized a fascinating approach.
Okay.
Instead of simply crunching through raw data,
Right.
it incorporated evolutionary insights.
Evolutionary insights.
Essentially, it analyzed vast amounts of protein data
Okay.
to understand how proteins have evolved over millions of years.
So they were tapping into the wisdom of evolution itself.
Exactly.
That's really clever.
And they use that knowledge to make more accurate predictions.
So how did that translate into better predictions?
Well, imagine you're trying to predict how a complex machine will work.
Okay.
If you only look at the individual parts, it's difficult to get the full picture. But if you study how those parts have been assembled and refined over time,
Yeah.
you gain a deeper understanding of the underlying design principles.
I see.
That's essentially what AlphaFold 1 did with proteins.
So they weren't just throwing data at the problem.
No.
They were teaching the AI to think like an evolutionary biologist.
Exactly.
What were the results like?
It was a huge leap forward.
Okay.
AlphaFold 1 won the CASP competition in 2018
Wow.
with a score of 70.
70.
70, yeah.
But the solve threshold is 90.
That's right.
So close but no cigar.
Close but no cigar.
Did DeepMind give up?
Not at all.
Okay.
They doubled down,
Mm-hmm.
and in 2020, they unveiled AlphaFold 2.
AlphaFold 2.
It was a true game changer.
Right. I'm on the edge of my seat.
Okay.
What made AlphaFold 2 so special?
AlphaFold 2 was the result of 3 key advancements.
Okay.
First, they built even smarter AI models,
Okay.
ones that went beyond simply recognizing patterns in data.
Okay.
They incorporated the actual physics
Oh.
and geometry of protein folding.
So they were teaching the AI to understand the fundamental rules that govern protein structure.
That's exactly it.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just trying to mimic what it saw in the data. They were
Yeah.
trying to teach it to understand
They were teaching it to understand.
the underlying principles.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
It was a huge shift.
Wow.
Second,
Right.
they had Google's massive computing power
Of course.
at their disposal.
Right.
This allowed them to train their models on a scale
Yeah.
that was previously unimaginable.
It's like giving a brilliant scientist access to the world's most powerful lab.
Exactly.
What was the third advancement?
So the third advancement was about refining their algorithms.
Okay.
It wasn't just about brute force computing power.
Right.
It was about making the AI smarter and more efficient.
So they proved that sometimes better AI beats just throwing more data at the problem.
Sometimes it does.
So it was a combination of brain power,
Yes.
computing power,
And algorithmic ingenuity.
You got it.
that led to AlphaFold 2 success.
Yes,
What was the impact? Did they finally hit that 90?
they did.
Right.
AlphaFold 2 absolutely smashed expectations, scoring above 90
Get out of here.
and accurately predicting the structure of nearly every known protein.
Every known protein.
Almost every known protein.
Hold on. I need a moment to process this. This
Oh.
is huge.
It is.
This means what previously took years of painstaking research
I know.
can now be accomplished in mere hours.
In hours.
That's amazing. What does this mean for the average person?
That's the best part.
Okay.
The implications extend far beyond the laboratory.
In what way?
We're talking about faster drug discovery,
Oh, wow.
new solutions to environmental problems like pollution,
Pollution, wow.
even designing more resilient crops to address food security.
Wait, so we're talking about curing diseases,
Yeah,
cleaning up the planet,
that's right.
and feeding the world.
All thanks to AI figuring out protein folding.
It sounds almost too good to be true.
It's the power of understanding life at its most fundamental level.
That's incredible.
And we've only just begun to scratch the surface.
I feel like I've just gotten a glimpse into the future of science.
I think you have.
But before we get carried away, I have to ask, are there any downsides?
That's a great question.
Because it can't all be sunshine and roses, can it?
Right.
Yeah, you're right. There are always potential challenges when you're dealing with technology this powerful. When I was reading about how AlphaFold
Yeah.
could help design these enzymes to literally devour plastic,
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't help but wonder,
Yeah.
are there ecological risks that maybe we haven't considered yet?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And it really highlights the importance of being careful with research as we move forward. I mean, with any new technology, especially one that interacts with complex biological systems,
Right.
what we're talking about here, we have to be mindful of potential unintended consequences.
So it's not just about can we do it,
Right.
but it's also should we do it?
Exactly.
And how do we do it responsibly?
And how do we do it responsibly? Yeah.
Yeah.
To answer your initial question
Okay.
about potential downsides,
Yeah.
let's delve into some specific areas.
Okay, I'm all ears.
So one area where we need to be cautious is unintended consequences.
Okay.
Let's take the example of plastic-eating enzymes.
Okay.
While the idea of eliminating plastic waste is incredibly appealing,
it is.
Introducing these enzymes into the environment could have unforeseen ecological impacts.
You don't know.
We need to carefully study how they interact with other organisms and ecosystems before widespread deployment.
It makes sense. It's like introducing a new species into an environment. You never know how it might disrupt the existing balance.
Another challenge is ensuring equitable access to these benefits. AlphaFold has the potential to revolutionize medicine, agriculture, many other fields. But we need to make sure that those benefits are available to everyone, not just a select few.
So we're talking about bridging the gap between the haves and the have-nots.
Yeah.
Not just in terms of wealth.
Exactly.
But in terms of access to these groundbreaking advancements.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Imagine a world where personalized medicine based on AI-powered protein analysis is only available to the wealthy.
Yeah.
That would exacerbate existing health inequalities. Create a situation where the benefits of this technology are concentrated in the hands of a privileged few.
That's a sobering thought.
It is.
Because then it's like the rich get healthier and the poor left behind.
Exactly.
It really highlights the ethical considerations that need to be addressed alongside the scientific advancements.
It's crucial.
Yeah.
We need to ensure that the benefits of AlphaFold are shared widely and that this technology is used to promote greater equity and access for all.
Okay, so we've talked about potential ecological risks.
Yeah.
We've talked about the importance of equitable access. Are there any other limitations that we should be aware of? Is AlphaFold the ultimate solution to all our protein-related problems?
It's an amazing tool.
Okay.
But it's important to remember that it's not a magic bullet.
Okay.
There are still many challenges ahead.
In what way?
One limitation is that AlphaFold primarily predicts static structures of proteins.
So it's like we're seeing a single frame from a movie.
Single frame, yeah.
But not the whole story.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
In reality, proteins are dynamic, constantly moving, interacting with other molecules in really complex ways.
So to fully understand how a protein functions, we need to see the whole movie.
We need to see the whole movie.
Not just a single frame.
Not just a snapshot.
Right.
Yeah, we need to understand how proteins move, how they interact, how those interactions influence their functions.
So AlphaFold is a powerful tool for predicting structure.
It is.
But it's only one piece of the puzzle.
Exactly.
There's still a lot more to learn.
A lot more.
Where do you see this technology going in the future? What are the next frontiers?
Well, one exciting area is moving beyond static structures and into the realm of protein dynamics.
Protein dynamics.
Scientists are developing new techniques and AI models that can simulate how proteins move.
Wow.
And interact in real time.
So we're talking about creating 4D models.
We're talking 4D.
Not just 3D.
That's right.
It's like going from still photographs to high-definition video.
It is. That's a great analogy.
Another frontier is protein design.
Protein design, yeah.
Imagine being able to design proteins from scratch.
From scratch.
Tailoring their structures and their functions.
To address specific needs, yeah.
Wait, so we're not just analyzing existing proteins.
Right.
We're talking about creating entirely new ones.
Entirely new ones.
What kind of applications could that have?
The possibilities are mind-boggling.
Like what?
We could design new enzymes to break down pollutants, create novel biomaterials with unique properties, even develop new therapies that target diseases with incredible precision.
So we're not just solving existing problems.
Right.
We're potentially creating solutions to problems we haven't even encountered yet.
Exactly.
It's like opening up a toolbox.
A toolbox.
Filled with possibilities.
That's the beauty of scientific discovery, constantly pushing the boundaries.
This is incredible.
Yeah?
I feel like we've just taken a crash course in the future of biology.
You have.
But before we wrap up, I have one last question. If we can design proteins with such precision, Could we one day create microscopic machines that operate inside our bodies?
You're thinking about nanobots?
Nanobots.
Tiny machines that could repair damaged tissues,
Right.
deliver drugs with pinpoint accuracy, even fight off diseases at the cellular level.
It sounds like science fiction.
It does.
But with AlphaFold and the advancements we're seeing in protein design,
I know.
it might not be as far-fetched as we think.
It's a tantalizing thought.
It is.
And it highlights how AlphaFold has not only solved a long-standing scientific mystery, but also opened up a whole new realm of possibilities for the future.
I'm feeling incredibly inspired right now.
That's great.
I think we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
But I'm sure there's much more to explore.
Oh, there's so much more.
What would you say is the one big takeaway from today's deep dive? Well, for me, I think the biggest takeaway is that we're at the edge of a new era in biology.
Yeah, I agree. We've moved beyond just observing and analyzing the building blocks of life.
Right, like now we're starting to understand the language that those building blocks speak.
And with these tools like AlphaFold, we can start to write our own chapters.
Wow.
The story of life.
It's exciting and kind of daunting, isn't it?
It is. But I believe that with careful consideration and collaboration, we can harness these tools to address some of humanity's greatest challenges.
Like developing those life-saving medicines.
Exactly.
Engineering solutions for climate change.
Of course, even exploring
Wow.
that vast potential of nanotechnology and protein design.
It's mind-boggling.
But as we venture into this new territory, it's super important to remember that we're not just scientists and engineers, but also citizens of the world.
We have a responsibility.
We do.
To ensure that these advancements benefit all of humanity.
And that we use them wisely and ethically.
Exactly.
To create a better future for everyone.
It's a heavy responsibility, but so exciting. Well, that wraps up our deep dive into the world of protein folding.
It does.
And the AI revolution that is transforming our understanding of life itself.
Absolutely. And
we hope this journey has sparked your curiosity.
I hope so.
And left you with a sense of wonder about the potential of science and technology.
For sure.
If you'd like to delve deeper into this fascinating topic,
please do.
Check out the links in the show notes. You'll find resources to learn more about protein folding, AlphaFold, and
all the advancements.
All the exciting advancements happening in this field.
It's a fast-moving field.
It is.
So much happening.
As always.
Yeah.
Keep those brains curious and those imaginations firing.
And until next time, keep exploring the wonders of our universe.